Homelessness is an issue that all cities and counties across California face on a daily basis. While other cities are trying to figure out how they're going to address this problem, Anaheim is leading by example, and we're showing others what can be done. We have a 325-bed shelter run by the Salvation Army. And soon, the Salvation Army campus will expand with the opening of Center of Hope, a permanent supportive housing community with on-site medical, dental, and other quality of life services. Since 2014, we have helped more than 5,000 people transition out of homelessness. In the last 3 years, we have seen a 30% decrease in people living on Anaheim streets. With the help of state and federal funding, we spend nearly $60 million annually to address homelessness here in Anaheim. And building more affordable housing in our city is a top priority that continues to see forward momentum with every passing day. Within the Anaheim Police Department, there are 2 homeless assessment liaison officer teams whose daily job is responding to homeless concerns across our city. They act as a conduit between city departments, including Public Works, Code Enforcement, and Housing and Community Development. They also work closely with Orange County's Be Well mental health outreach teams and CityNet's community care response teams.
Anaheim has really kind of led the charge in this next evolution of addressing homelessness. Back in 2013, when homelessness was kind of on everybody's radar and everybody was doing this kind of housing first model, Anaheim was one of the first cities to say, we're going to train our police officers to deal with this because they're the ones contacting them in the field, and build shelters and partner with civilian outreach like CityNet. It's evolved significantly over the last 10 years to where we are now, even from a traditional policing model 20, 30 years ago, which was arrest first. This is a tool that we had, was you're having somebody who's breaking the law and we're gonna put them in jail and then they're housed. But you realize that that's not gonna solve the issue. We just don't have housing for that, and it doesn't help solve the root problem of why they're out there committing these crimes. So Anaheim has taken a pretty aggressive stance on resources first. What is the reason that this person is homeless, and therefore committing all these associated crimes like trespassing and vandalism and drug use. So that's really all of our resources are pointed towards that.
Oftentimes, our Anaheim police officers and community care response team will together visit a group of people living in homelessness. After officers ensure everyone's safety, they begin asking the tough questions to figure out what services they can connect people with to get them one step closer to exiting homelessness.
We're bringing over unarmed civilians, so we need to make sure that no one else is armed, that we know who these individuals are, that we know their backgrounds, we know their history, and before the resources even get on scene, we're having conversations with them on the side anyway, so we have a good feel of the environment that we'll be working in with them.
CityNet is on a lot of our calls. We call them frequently because they're our Rolodex of resources. So they handle all of our case management, beginning to end. They do shelter placement, they do sobering station, they do detox centers. They'll help them get an ID. They can take them to another area if it's, hey, my mom lives out of the city or nearby. We need to get signed up for Medi-Cal. Whatever that next step is, and it's something we talk about a lot, is we want them to take one step forward. So whatever that one step is, CityNet is usually here to help with that.
Anaheim police officers often act as a conduit among various city departments. On a recent cleanup effort under a railroad overpass, the city's Public Works and Code Enforcement teams were on hand to clean and take away debris.
There's a large number of resources that's available to the city, and a lot of it is new. So when we first came here, we said we have to go to all these different entities, whether it's a city entity or a contractor that we have with the city, and learn their capabilities, what they're good at, and what's maybe some of the downfalls or struggles that they have, and then get them to communicate with each other. So once we kind of have that framework and that foundation, yeah, there's just 2 of us, but there's over 150 officers that are on patrol right now. So that's the other side of our job, is that liaison part. So it's us understanding our resources and how we go about handling these calls and complaints, and then being that resource for patrol to update them on the new laws, the common laws and practices that we use, and what resources are available to them, and how to get a hold of them, and how to kind of plug them in. So it's not a team of 2, it's a team of 152 anymore.
The Anaheim Police Department is also a resource for businesses. They offer trespassing letters and help connect them to available resources in our city to help them address homelessness around their business. Anaheim police officers have a duty to uphold the law, which they regularly do, but are also tasked with finding a balance of compassion and authority. Just as the nature of homelessness has evolved over the years, the Anaheim Police Department will continue rising to the challenge, offering creative, effective, and lasting solutions.
It's really nice to be able to be the nice cop.
Yeah.
And this job gives us that opportunity because it's necessary in it. And there are different things in this job where you don't have time to do that, and you're dealing with more critical things. We get to spend time with the people out here and get to know them and figure out, because that's how we're going to help them. That's how we're going to ultimately solve the problem, is to learn their story a bit. But being able to be a good ambassador and put a nice face on it, I think it's nice.